Hey guys, how's it going? Dan.Chan. I'm back with my second video. Hopefully all of you who watched my intro video already know all that shit and I don't have to go over that. Oops, excuse my potty mouth. Better lighting. It's beautiful. I'm currently in my buddy Shane's room. Sorry Shane for showing off your closet a little bit there, but you don't have a door there, so it's not really my fault. So today, I thought it would be a good idea, since my channel is going to be very game related, to do my first official video on my list of favorite games of all time. This was incredibly hard to make, so appreciate it, okay? If you've got a favorite on this list, I have it on my iPod here, if you have a favorite on this list that I say, and like it's one of your favorites as well, leave a comment down below on which one is your favorite. And tell me why you like it, because I really only have time to divulge a little about each game. So, filming today is my good buddy, Walter. He's just kind of like, that's him. I hope you were in frame.
I hope so.
We'll fix it in post. He's just helping me make sure that the video keeps recording. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Obviously I won't be pointing out who's recording every time because eventually it'll just be me talking to my camera alone. But let's get right on into it. Alright, so first up, these are not exactly in the order of my absolute favorite. These are the top 20 though. They get more specific towards number 1. I'm going to start from 20 and count down to my top. So, the first one, by the way, Walter, just make sure the little red circle stays on the screen. Lighting! Anyway, I don't have Chespin with me, damn it! Alright, anyway, so, my first of the top 20 favorite games is Far Cry 3. Yeah, a lot of people probably are going to be like, hell yeah, love that game. And I love that game myself. I honestly, now the only reason why it's at the top 20 is because by that point, I was trying to fill spots. I was like, damn it, I need 2 more. I rummaged through my DS games the night before I recorded this. It was like, that one, and then today I was like, and Far Cry 3. Not to say that I had forgotten about it until now. I love the open world in that game, the lush green jungle, the whole exploration thing. It's an island, and there are certain parts of the game, areas where it's very apparent that it's an island, but the second you move inland, it's just, oh god, it feels like its own world. It's just very easy to get immersed in that world, and I love it. So, Far Cry 3. Number 19 on my list of top 20 favorite games is Lunar Nights for the DS. This game, it's understandable if not a whole lot of people played this. It's kind of like a smaller audience cult classic type thing, I think. This game was made by, I believe, the same guys who made Metal Gear Solid, actually. It was very, very cool. This game was the reason why I bought a DS. Yeah. I saw art in like a Shonen Jump book one day and I was like, that shit looks cool, I want to buy it. But first I needed a DS, and yeah, it was the whole reason why I got into, or more into portable gaming. But there are other portable games on like my Game Boy and whatnot that are actually on this list that are above Lunar Nights, and for a reason. Number 18, moving right along, number 18 on my list of top 20 favorite games of all time. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD. A friend of mine, also conveniently named Dan, is going to be like rejoicing and probably doing a little jig, little dance, because it is his favorite game of all time, or at least one of his favorite games of all time. His other is in here as well. I got you, Dan. I absolutely love The Wind Waker HD. I thought it was just, it's the same game as Wind Waker, but I never played Wind Waker. This one was just so, oh god, it's so pleasant and so just fun to play, you know? And I found myself, despite being in a cartoony world, being immersed in said cartoony world, it's just a nice environment to play in. So, moving right along, number 17 on my list. Oh yes, I have a couple of friends who used to play this game as well, and I hope that they approve of this. Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town. Oh yeah, I made sure to write here in the brackets of my list, year 4 bitches. That's right, I loved Harvest Moon, and this is what I was talking about, other portable games that I had during my childhood while I was growing up that I absolutely loved. And Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town, like I said, I had 4 years. I was, the days go by very quickly. The months are, like, there's 4 in a year, just fall, winter, spring, and summer. So it might not seem like much, but year 4 is pretty far in. A lot has happened, a lot can happen in 4 years in that game. I just freaking love that game. It's so much fun. I never played it for the 64, Nintendo 64, but I loved it for the Game Boy. Hands down, one of my favorite games. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically like a farming kind of simulator, and you get to be friends with people in town and whatnot, raise your cattle and your crops and whatnot. So it's not an action-paced game at all. So it was a very big contrast compared to the other games I was playing at the time, but I loved it nonetheless. Probably because it was so calm. So, moving right along, number 16, another portable game that I absolutely loved. It's Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. If anyone else played this game, instant thumbs up. But, B-U-T-T. Were you able to beat it in 2 hours or less? I can't remember. No, I was. I was hardcore at that game, man. Kirby was the shit. I loved it. Okay, moving on. Number 15 on my list, Sly Cooper. No game in particular. I did like 2 the best. I don't like the new one, the Thieves in Time or whatever it's called. I love the Sly Cooper series. It's one of the only, you know, like, I don't know what the term is, like something anamorphic, I don't know. The Star Fox sort of thing, where it's like animals with humanoid features and can talk, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, that's weird. This is the only other game that I really found, other than Star Fox, that I really found that it was okay. I was okay with that. Generally, no furries. Never trust a furry. Moving right along. And speaking of not trusting anyone, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is number 14 on my list. The reason why I say don't trust anyone is because my brother used to shoot me while playing this game when we were on the same team. He was a dick. And he was like a rank general in that game. So he had like an awesome rifle. Oh, this is the other game that Dan really liked. I got you, Dan. This game was really, really fun. I never even played the story, I don't think. Me and my brother would just play Conquest mode, which was like, you got your little battleship, you go planet to planet, you kick the butt, and then you... Yeah. Okay, moving right along. Number 13 on my list of top 20 games. Kingdom Effin' Hearts. Yeah! I'm not wearing my shirt. I was yesterday. Damn it. Chair farted. Sorry, I don't know if the camera even caught that. I love the Kingdom Hearts series. I let Shane borrow the first one. He had it for like a year. But I mean, I like the second one the best. It was quite a bit better than the first one. Air combos for days. But I love the whole world you got to run around in as Sora. Even after beating it, you know, there's still so much to do. And I have yet to beat Sephiroth. If you have no idea what Kingdom Hearts is, sorry for not explaining that. But Google it. Moving right along. Number 12 on my list of top 20 games is Star Fox Adventures. Not a whole lot of people like this game because they felt it was a Zelda ripoff. And in a lot of ways it did have a lot of Zelda mechanics, sure. But I can dedicate a whole other video to that. I really like this game because I just felt it was so drastically different from Star Fox. And again, I like the Star Fox games, so it was just, Star Fox Adventures was just a nice change in pace and contrast to the rest of the series. So then that's really all there is to it. I just liked it. Moving right along, number 11. This game would change the way Spider-Man games would be made for the rest of time. Sadly, they don't rip off that formula anymore, and it sucks that they don't, because you just swing off clouds now, and that's stupid. But Spider-Man 2, again, my buddy Dan is a big fan of this one. I don't know, you like this one, Walter? He's like, I don't know. Dude, this isn't charades. Come on. I love Spider-Man 2. The New York, the New York that they built is very, well, I don't want to say accurate, but I mean, it was very accurate to the movie, at least. It's obviously based off the second Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, not The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. And it was just such a good game, so fun. You know, there's so much stuff to do, even when you beat the game. You know, and you're like, well, what do I do now? Well, there's a person to go save him, asshole. Right? So, it's part of my potty mouth. But it was a really fun game to play, and a really cool world to swing around in. Number 10 on we're getting down to the wire here, more specific about which games were my favorite. Number 10 on the list of top 20 games is Mirror's Edge. God, I love that game. Very bright, very contrasty, an interesting use of colors. So next up on my list was Oops, I jumped, my bad. Next up on my list was Jak and Daxter. I love Jak and Daxter. It had such a fun open world to explore, and just generally, it was a big part of my childhood. Granted, I never beat it. Oops. I did play a bit of Jak and Daxter 3, never played 2. It's just one of those things that I'll have to get to eventually. I know my buddy Walter loves Jak and Daxter to bits and pieces, so he was very happy to hear that it made the list. But, again, never really got around to finishing it. Number 8 on my top 20 favorite video games of all time is Megaman Star Force. God, I love Megaman Star Force. If you remember NT Warriors, you know, with the kid Lan and Megaman was the PET, or whatever. Not to dabble too much into what that was. Star Force was kind of the spiritual successor, and it's a bit of a less known title, but it is the last Mega Man game that was released. God, they need to make like a hybrid of like classic and NT Warrior. The formula just, we need more Mega Man. Capcom, it's a video for another day. Anyway, alright, moving right along. Next up is Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. And if any of you guys have played this game, kudos. Seriously, kudos. I love that game. God, it's so cool. For those of you who don't know, Enslaved Odyssey to the West is a post-apocalyptic, in terms of like the story and whatnot. Nature's taken over the city again, and there's some robots and some other shit, and anyway. The whole game, or at least the first half of the game, and honestly, it could have been the whole game, I wouldn't have cared, it was so beautiful, is you and another character navigating through a overgrown city. It's just so cool. And for those of you who are movie fanatics, Andy Serkis, don't know if you know him, he played King Kong. He played, we really should have looked this up when the recording screwed up, Smeagol?
Yes.
Or whatever. Precious. I still can't do the impression right. You know what I'm talking about. Lord of the Rings? Right. You get it. Yeah, he played, those are his most notable roles. He played the main character, conveniently named Monkey. Yeah, I know. What is it with monkeys and Andy Serkis? Jesus. Anyway, it's just a beautiful game, and if you have played it, again, kudos to you. If you haven't, not that expensive. Maybe you should look into it for Xbox, I think. Moving right along, we got Star Fox 64. Bro. Do I even need to explain myself? It's 6th on my list. 6. Get it, Walter? If it was like 4, 60. Anyway, it was stupid. I really love this game. It's just such an awesome part of my childhood, and I want to get the 3DS version of it. I just have no money right now, but you know. Moving right along. At number 5, now we're really getting close to the wire. No, actually this was the easy part. My top 5, out of the top 20. Megaman Classic. I know I already mentioned Mega Man Star Force. This is Mega Man Classic. So, it's Mega Man Classic. You know, you got your Blue Bomber, you got your Guts Man, you got your Elec Man. Fudge Elec Man stage. I hate it. Anyway, oh god, I love Classic Mega Man. It's hard, yes, but I see that as a challenge. And no, I haven't beaten any Mega Man Classic game. I haven't even beaten Bubble Man stage in Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is everyone's favorite. Honestly, to me, it's the hardest. I had an easier time with 3. I actually like 3. The theme for 3, Walter, is actually amazing. I'm going to show you sometime. There's like a hip-hop remix of it. I'm getting off topic. Right, moving right along. At number 4, we have Smash Brothers, in no particular order. 64, Brawl, the newest Smash Brothers game on the 3DS, which I have been playing the shite out of. The only Smash Brothers game that isn't really here is Melee. The reason why, I never played it. I had a GameCube, I don't know. I just never really played Melee. I don't think we ever bought it. I didn't know about it. I just knew when Brawl came out, I got it for my birthday. I was like, sweet. Because I remember playing it on the... Yeah, that was probably a very attractive face. Sweet. I remember playing it on the N64 with my cousin. And I love the Smash Brothers series. It's just so much fun. And such an awesome homage to everything Nintendo is. So, Smash Brothers as a whole. And I'm sure if I played Melee, I wouldn't be all that bad. But I heard Melee's like... It's cutthroat, man. You don't mess around when you play Melee. Ooh. Sweet. Number 3. Ho, we're really down to the wire now. A lot of people are going to be like, what? When they hear this one, but I love this game. It's my top 10 list. If you don't like it, make your own. Got it? Right. Can you dig it? Yes, you can. Well, Walter's like freaking out back then. Kid Icarus Uprising is my number 3 out of the top 20 games. I will admit, it controls like balls. And by that I mean, it just is so hard to control. You got your joystick that does this when you're in the air, but does another thing when you're on land. To move your camera, you gotta do this shit, and to attack, you gotta do that, and it's a god dang mess. But to be honest, I don't know how else they could have designed this game. Despite all that, when you actually get past that part and just try your best to kick ass at the game, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I found myself just wanting to come home and just keep going, and I wanted to get to the end. The story was very compelling, and normally stories like, you know, the icing or the sprinkling on top of the cupcake or icing on a cake. But the gameplay, fun, difficult, can't stress that enough, but fun nonetheless. And the story was enough to keep me interested. So, Kid Icarus Uprising, it's an awesome game. You should definitely check it out. But you could never possibly find it on a thing. You'd have to probably go and buy it on the eShop. So, anyway, moving right along. Number 2 out of my top 20. Fallout New Vegas. Yeah! I love Fallout New Vegas. Again, open world games. You see a bit of a recurring theme here, right? I love that sort of thing, especially when they give you options and things that you can, you know, here's your world. here's where you gotta go to do your story stuff. You don't want to go there, that's fine. You want to go over there, kill some shit, that's fine. That's what I love that sort of thing in games, because it really does put you in control. And I love just the atmosphere of New Vegas. It was different from 3. I didn't play 3 as much, and for that reason it didn't make the list. But I did play a lot of Fallout New Vegas, and I loved the characters you met, and just the world you had to explore. It was fun, you know? It was cool. And lastly, number 1. The tippy top of the top 20 list of favorite video games. For Dan.Chan, that's me, in case you forgot in the span of this video, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, baby. Walter looks disappointed. Half my audience just unsubscribed. Oh god, what have I done? For those of you who do love that game, and let me just make sure that this is clear, you either absolutely love Monster Hunter, really want to play it, you have no friggin' idea what it is. That, or you've played it and you're just like, I suck at this. I won't play it. To those people I say, you don't know shit. I could not say that was... Alright. That game, oh god, it has just about everything. Story, again, it's like so minute, it's like, you don't even have to pay attention to it. The gameplay, it's got exploration, it's got choices. Switching up the type of weapon you use totally changes the game, and I only just started changing up what I do now. Yeah, I was kind of bad for that. I use the hammer a lot, in case you're wondering, but I'm changing it up. I'm trying out like the bow. It's really cool. I also really like the longsword. I played that a long time with the hammer as well, and all that other stuff. So you got choices. You know, you could totally change up the gameplay by changing your weapon. Exploration. You can go to different, you know, areas and regions, and volcanic regions, Arctic regions. It's just, God, it's so good. Absolutely love that game. It's fantastic. Just, oh, just so much stuff. So much. It's a long game. I'm nowhere even close to beating that game, might I add. That's a game that'll ruin your social life. Trust me. Walter, I'm talking to you. Don't touch that game. You'll live in a cave. Anyway. Those have been my top 20 games. Now, it is important that I mention some honorary mentions that weren't, I felt, quite, well, not to be mean, but worthy enough to make my top 20. But I did enjoy nonetheless. I did really enjoy Skyrim for the same reason why I liked Fallout New Vegas, because it gave you a lot of choices, literally dropped you in this huge, expansive world, and just basically said, if you want, you can go over there, do that story thing. If you don't, it's fine. It's fine. Go do what you want. You know, go do your thing. We'll be here. We'll be waiting. And I love that sort of thing, because it gives you options, right? And Skyrim is nothing if not options. Good God. Right from the get-go. You know, character customization. That's what I mean. Anyway, that game is fantastic. That and Pokemon Leaf Green is another one that I'd like to quickly mention, because that is another big part of my childhood. It, if not, yeah, you know what, probably my childhood. All of it. Probably better to say, yeah. I used to play the crap out of Pokemon Leaf Green, but, I mean, actually probably more than Harvest Moon. I don't know why it didn't make my top 20. You know what, the honorary mention thing, that was kind of spontaneous. I didn't really intend to put it in my video, but there it is. So, there's my top 20, guys. A couple of honorary mentions, and if you guys would like to know my opinion on some other games, maybe, that you've played and you've really enjoyed, just leave a comment down below. And of course, I will respond, or at least try my best. I don't exactly feel like I'll be overwhelmed with comments right now, but I will try my best to make sure I respond to each and every one who tries to get in touch with me. Also, quick thing. starting now with this first video, I'll be doing a question of the week on my channel. And let me just pull up my handy dandy list of crap. Oops, wrong thing. And basically how this will work is I will either post a link to a poll on a website that just lets you make up a random poll, gives you the URL, and away you go. I will either make a poll and then post the link to it on Facebook, or I'll just straight up try to run it from there, give you guys your options, and just leave a comment. We'll see how it goes, you know, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's the part of the channel episodes, or the part of the episodes that you guys can really contribute to and, you know, have a part in, and I want you guys to make sure, or I want to make sure you guys know that this is a community, so we can all talk, we can all be buddies. Right, so, today's question, or this week's question, is favorite flavored ice cream. I don't know. Don't ask, okay? I was kind of running short on ideas for this. So, I'm going to leave the options in the Facebook post, or the poll, whichever I end up doing. And you guys can in turn check it out and vote on your favorite. And then, what will end up happening is that in the next video, I'll mention it, which one won, which one of the options won, and what the next choice is. And every week, we'll do a new question. My way of getting to know you guys. And of course, I'll give my 2 cents on the matter as well, which my favorite is. Vanilla. Sorry. God, I love vanilla. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching my video. My name is Dan.Chan. Again, leave a comment of your favorite video game, or games, down below, and I'll try to comment and let you guys know how I felt about some of them. Of course, if you liked any of the games that I mentioned and that are in my top 10, be sure to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you have some friends who maybe liked Megaman Star Force, or Megaman Classic, or actually played Enslaved Odyssey to the West, because no one did, send them this video to tell them that I like that game too, and I think they're awesome for liking it as well. I mean, you're all awesome, but thanks again so much for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more. Next week, I don't know exactly what the video will be about, but you'll see when it gets here. So, again, thanks for watching. My name is Dan.Chan, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Sweet.